David loved Scarborough. He was very kind and, generally speaking, a very happy man. He was a gentle giant. David never actually spoke to me about his legacy, but his chief passion was Christian aid. David worked tirelessly for the charity for 40 years as a volunteer, collecting house to house and organising events. But when he retired, he became the local secretary, and that was like a full-time job for him. David felt that if it was something that he could give after he had died, then it would go to Christian Aid, because it was something that was so important to him throughout his life. Then it would carry on after he wasn't here anymore. I've come to Bolivia to see Christian Aid's work firsthand and to see what David's legacy can achieve. Livelihoods in Bolivia are under threat because of climate change. People here have struggled with flooding and fires caused by very high temperatures. The forests of the Amazon need to be protected, and Christian Aid's partners are helping indigenous communities to deal with the effects of climate change and to make a living.
Maggie.
People like Roxana and her family have been helped by Christian Aid's partner to farm in the forest and make use of the wonderful trees that grow here. Roxana told me the cacao tree is very important to her community. They're planting more cacao trees because they have a guaranteed market in Bolivia. Christian Aid's partner is helping them make the most of the forest and the trees, and also helping them to produce things like beans and corn to sell and to eat.
And this is the most precious wood of the forest. This is the legacy, this is the kind of the savings account.
Well, I feel privileged to see such an amazing tree being planted in the Amazon.
So now can you help me plant it?
Roxana says that the Mara tree is the finest and hardest wood, and it's used to make fine furniture. It has to be constantly replanted, and that's why it's such a great opportunity to plant it on this land. As it was actually happening, I began to realise that I was planting something in David's memory, which was going to last for generations to come. And it suddenly seemed very special that here I was just doing this in his memory. It was more important than his receiving an MBE or the memorial garden where his plaque is in Scarborough. It's David's legacy, and if he knew that a little part of him is here in the Amazon, I am sure he would have been thrilled. Christian Aid's partner, Technology for Resilience, has helped people here to use the energy of the sun for fuel, rather than using fossil fuels like wood. The solar pump I found fascinating. Roxana and I went with a little jug in order to test it out, and we turned the tap on and water came out. It must have been thrilling when the villagers first saw that. They know that the water is fresh and pure, and the sun had provided that help for them as well. You actually see how Christian Aid, along with their partners with which they work very closely, have helped to secure what is needed for the indigenous communities in the Amazon. When you see it actually on the ground working, it's just, well, it's humbling. This has been an extraordinary experience. I've seen what David's legacy will do to help people, and I've really been impressed by Christian Aid's work. I've learnt so much about why leaving a gift to Christian Aid was so important to David and others like him. And I've also met the wonderful Bolivian people and seen how they live in their very beautiful country. I think David would be completely amazed that I've come here in his memory. And I think he would be very proud.